What up, everybody? I'm gonna try not to bug you out with the sound too much. I wanted to actually kind of go live right now because um, I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to talk about something that's pretty serious, especially for like content creators, right? If you are a video gamer, if you are a gamer, this is important for you. Um, like, I'm serious. Super important for you to know this if you're a content creator because you can actually lead people astray. People want to hear what you have to say. They want to hear about the newest upcoming games. They want to hear about what's cool. They want to hear about, tips and tricks and tweaks and how they can level up faster and how to memorize courses. And they want to do all that, right? They want to talk with the theory crafters and try to get best in slot. That's kind of like what they have to, what they want to do. But you have to be careful if you're following someone that's reviewing a game and then encouraging you to get something like that for free. And why am I saying for free is dangerous? It's like free is good, right? Everybody loves free. But free doesn't necessarily mean legal. So, for instance, there are a lot of channels and videos out there that are encouraging people to do things for free that really are free. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about if you wanted to create some kind of social media post, if you need graphics, if you want to create content, if you want to make your YouTube thumbnails, those kinds of things, you can actually go to canva.com and get those done. And they will allow you to have a lot of those features absolutely free. Right? And if you're interested in that, if you go onto my channel site, I have some little tags on the side that have Canva as one of them. Go ahead and click on that link and it will take you straight to Canva. And in the search bar, just put YouTube and it'll pull up all this stuff YouTube. If you search for Facebook, it'll show up all kinds of things for Facebook. If you want to do anything to create your social media page that links to your gaming site, or if you're doing anything else. Hey, good morning, Argenix. Love. Sorry, I'm seeing it so late. It's like I'm on a delay. But I love you and thank you so much for coming. Please don't forget to like my stream. But we were talking about free. Right? So if you want to create content for your social media pages to work on your blogs, your vlogs, create posts, create thumbnails, get headlines, do banners, you can do some of those free on a lot of this content. That's okay. If you wanted access to try something out free for 30 days, then at least the person who's telling you about it should let you know that you can actually try something out for 30 days, right? Like if you go to Nextcard, the Nextcard Pro, which is a digital business card, and you really want to move away from paper and reach people on a digital platform because everybody's doing online, right? Everybody has online. Everyone has a mobile phone. Everyone has tablets. So you want to be there and you want to be in people's faces. Most cards get kind of tossed, thrown away, lost, but digital cards, you can easily move those. So if you go to nextdoor.com and you decide that you want to try something, you want to try out the card, but you want it free for the first 30 days, you could put NT 2020 and actually get a 30-day trial for absolutely free. So there are things that are free, but there's always going to be some kind of, it's only parts of it are free. There's not too many things that are going to be absolutely for free unless it was created out of love and somehow they're making money that's going to be able to support their ability to make that content even better, because then things are free. But they're free because of collaboration from other people who want to see the project do well. Right? So there are other things that are free. Like so far, sometimes there are projects that can help you monetize your channel, right? That are absolutely free. They're out there. You can ask me on the side what that is. But when we're talking about video games and we're talking about downloads, right? You're actually talking about big type of content that has copyrights on it, which means they've not only copyrighted and trademarked the name, they've copyrighted and trademarked the logo, and they copyrighted and trademarked the actual content of it, right? So that's 3 trademarks that they paid for. Then if you get caught downloading that and it's not actually a free content, you can get whacked. So sometimes people will do things, and there are institutions that are out there that are there to protect intellectual property, which includes your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel is you. If you brand it, there are things that you need to do to be able to protect your channel, for you to be able to protect your logo, to be able to trademark who you are and what you do, right? The actual tag of your channel, so that no one can actually hack it, steal it, or take it away from you. Right. So you have to do those kinds of things. And the reason why I'm making it like that, because I'm talking it like that, is because there are real world consequences. They will find you, right? If you have any system that's connected to the internet at all, you have an address. You have an IP address. And that IP address is just to your phone has an IP address. Your computer, your laptop, your tablet, they all have IP addresses. And then they also have physical addresses, which are called MAC addresses, right? So even if your IP changes, your physical address does not ever change on that platform. So if you decide that you're going to try and download a torrent, right? Content that's not actually free, because you can actually share free content on torrents, or, those kinds of things. People like to do file sharing in that manner sometimes. So if you're doing it and it's absolutely free, cool. But if you're doing it, it's not, there are 2 things that could possibly happen to you when you do it that way. One, they're going to track down your physical address and your IP address, even if you're using a VLAN. And you will get email notification because your ISP is tracking it as well. So they'll notify your ISP or your internet service provider that an illegal torrent was seen coming to an IP address that belongs to this particular subscriber. It could be any of the range of over 100 IP addresses that your IP address can be split into from your modem, all right, or your router. And you can split those down into the IP addresses as well. But they can track it. And they'll know that it was you because the IP, your internet service provider, gave you that IP address. So they know that it's you. It's registered to you. And then they'll warn you and say, if you don't let these people know that they've been caught doing an infraction, for every infraction that they've done, if they've been notified and they continue with this behavior, you're looking at $10,000 to $30,000 fine per infraction. So if you decided you wanted to download one game, right? But and you started was like, well, that's great, but I like that and like that and I like that too. And all of them happen to have trademark and copyrights on them. And you download like 5 games, that's 5 infractions. That's $150,000 fine that they can whack you with. And the electronic, everyone was like the electronic, oh my gosh, it's like in my head. It's in my head, I have it. Okay, the Entertainment Software Association is actually who helps protect intellectual property. With intellectual property enforcement, people actually register their creations with different organizations that help keep it safe because they want to make money. They want to be able to profit off of their product. So it wasn't meant to be free. So one of those, as you can see on this title, right? One of these is the Need for Speed Heat V2 MULTi7 ElAmigos. Now, I've seen many videos popping up about this and how to download it for free. I've also seen how people are not just telling them how to download it for free, but actually offering them a file or a place to go get this file. Let me tell you that you have to be very careful about where you download, what you download. Now, even if you have a virus scanner does not check for malware unless you paid for or you have that in addition to your virus scanning software. right? So you have no idea what's actually embedded or into the code of what they want you to download. That's one of the dangers of torrent, is that when you download these this kind of software or content or whatever you're choosing to download off of these torrents, that really there could be some seriously malicious code added on there that could damage your data. It could wipe out the memory. It could put a worm virus in there so that it just continually duplicates itself and just causes your system just not to function anymore. They could put a backdoor or a Trojan on your system or on your phone or on your tablet that allows them access into your system. And if you have any kind of financial information, passwords that are saved, if you have any secret or private documents, if you have any personal identifying information on those systems or platforms that you're using that you want to download this stuff onto, and there's a Trojan there, it's highly likely that you're about to get hacked and they're going to steal all your stuff. You might lose all your money. They might get information and access to your bank accounts, to any of your investing firms, to any stocks and bonds that you might have, right? They'll get passwords to things that you think aren't really a big deal, but actually have some very defining information about you that will allow them to open credit in your name, to buy houses in your name, to run up credit cards, right? To open accounts, phone accounts, electric accounts, all these different accounts where you need your personal information to do that. That's why it's supposed to be protected. Right? That's why it's a really big deal how people deal with your personal information. That's because in some places it's money. And you know what? They sell that stuff on the dark web. So like if you don't have any kind of legal protection or you don't have any kind of personal information protection or credit protection on to be able to watch your own personal information and look for any kind of infractions on credit reports that show up, people opening things in your name, or even to let you know if your information has actually been sold on the dark web, or if any of the accounts that you have actually had a breach, right? Then you absolutely need to do that. So there is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the description after the live stream is finished. You definitely have to make sure that you protect yourself legally, protect your business asset, right? And there is a way to do that that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, right? There is, and I'll put that down in the description below. It's just a membership that really has a whole bunch of things for you that are going to be free, regardless of where you are. And right now, this particular service is only available at the moment in the continental North America. So we're talking about the United States and all the states within the United States, Canada's, all of their territories and provinces. I'm sure that eventually, as they work with different countries, that will spread over time. But right now, it's only available there. Lots of the other free content that I have in there is just available wherever there's internet. So if there is something I ever talk about that is not available in your country, or, you know, if you want to, just ask me, put it in the comments and I'll let you know. Oh my gosh, I got hugs. Thank you so much. I really, really wanted to put this out because I think it's super important that you be careful, right? Because people, especially here, they'll get you. They really want to make money off their content, and it would be the same if you worked on something really hard and then someone came along and snatched it from you and then was using it without paying you and then sharing it with other people. Like, what if that thing that you took from them or that got taken from you was the only way that you could have to feed your family? Right? What if that kind of property and the making of that property and working on it and developing it, that was what actually paid like 50 to 100 people. That was their job. You know, that's what they do. So I just wanted to let everybody know that if you do download that particular game, it's already been tagged. Don't do it. Do not download that game. I don't care how many videos come out with download this for free. Do not do it. So Argenic says, this is not about the game, but I want to ask, how safe are those online photo gallery like clouds? Okay, so when you are using any kind of cloud information, it really has to do with the security of that company. So of course you have Microsoft is known for having really tight security. Um, Google is having has really tight security. But they have Google has recently also their email has been hacked, where because their security went down for a very short period of time, right? But places like that holding that much personal information, they're getting hit like consistently all the time. They're just waiting for that wall to come down, and all they need is a little bit. They just need a little bit of time to get through that security wall in order to collect information and do some damage. So they did. There was a day or so where Gmail's security went down. And so, of course, there was a loss of personal information. They didn't make it widely known, but in the IT and the IA information assurance world, we know when there's breaches. I actually have I actually use ID Shield, and that helps me to protect my private information. So if there's any breaches whatsoever of any of my information, my emails, the accounts that I have, any of my address, my name, my phone number, if any of those things are found to be either stolen, sold, or as part of an information breach and leak, they notify me and they let me know. Um, if you're using photo galleries that have to do with large clouds with great protection, right? Apple is really good. Apple is hard for anybody to really crack into as far as code is concerned. So anything on the Apple cloud, that's a lot of reason why businesses actually migrate to Apple instead of using Android and or PC type things, is because of the security. Um, so I hope I answered your question. Did I? I hope I got that. I hope I got that good. So yeah, I wanted to do that. This is not going to be a super long stream. I just had to put it out there to please be careful of what you download, and anytime someone says something is free. This does unfortunately also include any kind of APK files that you would use to use an unboxer or an unloader on your phone or on a tablet. I just highly recommend that you use a malware and virus risk scanner to check those completely prior to you installing it into your phone. Some like Semantic is really good. They have a very good, and also there's some that are actually free, and if you want to add enhanced security, you do have to pay for enhanced security. Most virus scanners have simple virus scanning, which is free. They'll scan the internet or your traffic and let you know if in your place that's not so safe. Then they will let you know if someone's trying to hijack a page or move you to a specific place. You can actually turn that feature off, where other code, when you go onto a page, tries to hijack you and open a bunch of pop-ups. What do I think about ESET node? Is that node or nod? ESET nod 32. Is that node? I just want to make sure. Oh, it's an AV license. Okay. Yeah, so it's actually, as far as cost goes, it's really not that expensive. It's like what the smallest package for you to get, which is like a simple package, is like $24.99, I think it is. Um, but I don't know anything about that software developer. If I'm going to invest a lot of time and my information and my systems with a virus, any kind of virus scanner, there's three things that you got to look at. You have to look at, one, of course, the cost. You also have to look at the software developer that came up with it, how long they've been in business, what other projects they have done, what their success rate is, what comes into a basic package versus, are they going to just a la carte you for every tiny thing, or do they have a package that kind of rolls up into one and is affordable for you to get? Do they allow you to save money by buying for an entire year, or do they force you to do month to month? Those are just two of those things to think about. The third thing that you want to think about when you're doing any kind of virus scan, malware, that kind of thing, is I like to look at their success rate. So and they have reports, right? Like how often those virus definitions get uploaded each day. Because literally every day in the world of information assurance, or IA, it's just InfoSec is crazy. I mean, every day there's new viruses, and really the only ones that get searched for or looked for, or when they hit bigger companies and someone actually puts that or reports it to the cybersecurity through the FBI. Right? If they don't report it to the FBI, then that virus can run unchecked unless an actual developer sees it, catches it, and then puts it into virus definitions to train your virus scanner to look for that particular code. So I don't know enough about ENOD to really, ESET, I'm sorry. I don't know enough about ESET NOD to really let you know. If there is a free version where you can try it first to see how easy the features are, then I guess it would be okay. But try and test it on something that's small and actually not attached to the internet first. Sometimes a lot of people, when they sell malware or they sell antivirus programs, they actually take up a lot of resources. They eat up a lot of your memory. And that can actually cause your system to slow down. It can cause your system to not work anymore or efficient. It'll take you forever to open up a program, or for you to open up several programs. Sometimes if they don't have full manageability, it'll stop you from opening streaming programs that you want to do, like sandbox items, or playing particular games, being able to do individual Minecraft servers. There's so much stuff that you have to think about when you're doing any kind of virus scanning and malware. This was just only a few of the considerations that you should be making when you're thinking about a virus scanner. So I actually have to run into another meeting. I just really cared about all of you guys to put that out. If your friends haven't seen it yet, if they have not seen this live stream, as soon as it renders and it gets back up there, please share this, right? There are dangers in downloading free stuff. There is a lot of actual free stuff that's out there. I'm the queen of free. I love free. So if there's any free that's out there, I will find it and I will share it to people. But you really got to be careful of those downloads, any kind of zip files, any kind of APKs, any kind of packets, any kind of link that takes you somewhere else, or that you install it and it doesn't work. Be careful of that stuff. Check for code. So I'm going to leave you guys with what I leave you guys with all the time. And thank you, Argenix, for showing up. I super love when she comes into my stuff. Let me know when you have your next live stream. I've kind of been out of it with live stream moments, but it's going to start being like at least once a week thing, just because I love engaging with you guys so much. And I want to actually talk about some real life topics. So this was about software, information security, and gaming, right? The world of gaming. I love it. But everything you do in life's got to have some common sense. Got to protect yourself. So as always, I want to remind you to be kind, be love, be brave, and be you. And I will see you guys next time. Much love and aloha. Salamat. Thank you, guys.